Today, Friday, the 28th of February 2025, we have some handpicked match predictions to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our handpick event, which we have shared to members only, as well as match prediction tutorials, which we share to members only to take their winning to the next height, then of course you want to make sure to join the level 2 membership package plan, that is level 2 pro membership package plan, or the level 3 master plan to have access to these features to take your winning to the next height. But before we proceed to the event of today, we want to say congratulations based on yesterday's event, for we all registered wins, and I will share with you the result before proceeding to the event of today. So let's proceed to the result. Congratulations based on yesterday's event, for we registered wins, and I'll share with you all the results of the games we make and how it actually ends. In the first, we looked at Azerbaijan in the Azerbaijan Cup, Qarabağ against Sabir. We said that Qarabağ will lead. We also look at the possibility of 1.5 or 2 goals over. It ended as 3 against 1. A total of 4 goals were scored, making Qarabağ leading, and also 1.5 and 2 goals over actually occurred. So successful and congratulations. In the next, we looked at Premier League of Kuwait, Al Kuwait against Kamza. We looked at least the existence of at least the possibility of 1.5 goals. It ended 1 against 1. Total of 2 goals were scored, making it successful. Congratulations. In the next, we looked at Czech Republic Cup, Pleasant against Zelin, at least 1.5 goals or 2 goals over. It ended as 1 against 1. And we also look at corner kick event, where Pleasant is going to have at least 4 corner kicks. That's between 2 to 4 corner kicks in full time. It ended up Pleasant having 1 against 1 with Zelin. In the first half, the first 33 minutes, making 1.5 goal to be successful and making it successful. For corner kick start, we looked at the home to have corner kicks, and it ended up having 12 corner kicks in full time, making Pleasant also successful. Congratulations, it was successful. In the next, we looked at Iceland in the League Cup, where we looked at the match between Jadvik against Breidablik. We said that Breidablik will lead. We also said that 1.5 or 2.5 goal with a call. Both cases were true. Breidablik lead 3 against 2, and a total of 5 goals were scored, making it successful. In the next, we looked at Taca de Portugal, Vicense against Sporting. In this event, we looked at the possibility of corner kicks for Sporting to have 2 to 4 corners. It ended up having 10 corner kicks, making it a huge success. And one of the games we shared also on our site, which was very successful with huge number of goals, was a match between, that is in the Singapore Premier League, where we looked at Jilan International, that is Jilan against Tanjong Pajas. We looked at the home to lead, and we also looked at the possibility of 1.5 and 2.5 goals. It ended as 5 against 0, making the home leading, and also the possibility of 1.5 goals and 2 goals over in full time, making it successful. So congratulations, the events of yesterday were very successful, and we registered wins. So congratulations based on yesterday's event. Let's now proceed to the games of today. And now we have some events to share with you for today, Friday. But before we proceed, I have a quick announcement to make. You come here to the front page of our channel here on the home section. You will notice that we provide game predictions to members only in terms of goals probability, corner kick events, straight wins, as well as upcoming games which are upcoming. Also, if you become a member of either the level 2 pro plan or the level 3 master plan, you have access to all of these features. And if at all you're a member of the level 2 pro class or membership package plan, you also have access to the level 2 pro classes, which will give you access to the live match corner kick strategy to use for consistent win. A simple trick to make consistent winning with our handpick event, which we have shared, and also never seen match prediction strategy that will amaze you, followed by a comeback straight win match prediction strategy you have never seen before. Also, you have access to the tactical straight win and 2.5 goal strategy, which we have used. And also, finally, 99% win rate match prediction strategy to use at your own advantage. Also, if you're a member of the Level 3 Master, you have access to even top-notch tutorial classes, like having access to the Level 3 Master class, which will give you access to the excellent corner kick strategy revealed, published a few days ago. You also have access to the top secret AI tool we use for goals, match prediction picks, and straight win, followed by the corner kick match prediction strategy, revealing the top secret website we use, an app to find games in terms of corner kicks, and also the amazing AI tool we use, followed by the home and away win match prediction strategy explained step by step, and 2.5 goal match prediction strategy to beat the bookies and win even more. Also, of course, we also provide some free match prediction tutorials. For example, if you come here to the front page of our channel here and navigate to this area that says video and click on it, you'll see match prediction tutorials, which we have also shared for free. As an example, if you scroll across this particular area, you'll see some tutorials like top 5 soccer prediction app compared, where we reviewed some of the app you can use for match predictions and games finding to include in your sleep. Also, we have another, which of course we have titled it as the expert tip for winning soccer matches. We explain some of the tips you can use as an expert to find games and also to analyze and include in your sleep. Finally, we have also shared the 5 hidden Sofascore feature to win more bet. In this tutorial, we have labeled the 5 secret Sofascore features you did not know existed. By watching this video to the end, you're going to have what we have shared and use it for your own advantage. And that being said, let's now begin to the first event of our today's speak. And looking at the first event, we are looking at England in the FA Cup, a match between Aston Villa against Cardiff. For this particular event, Aston Villa, the home, have proved very offensive in recent events they have had in the Premier League of England, scoring 2 goals in each event recently. Its opponent, Cardiff, on the other hand, is from the Championship of England. Of course, it is not as compared to that of Premier League. Premier have an upper hand as compared to teams from the champions from the Championship. Looking here, the performance of Aston, of course, have proved to be better, and they have had major games as well, especially, as you can see here, in the Champions League, where Aston Villa had the game against Celtic. They beat it 4-2. Of course, Celtic have more strength as compared to Cardiff, and looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. The performance of Aston Villa in the recent event they have had recently have proved that they are good. They have had games in the Champions League, especially against Celtic, that is very offensive, but they were still able to beat Celtic 4-2. This time they are coming to meet Cardiff in this particular cup. Of course, we look at Aston Villa to bring that particular form in the Champions League and also in the recent event they have had in the Premier League in this particular tournament. As of course, for this cup comparison, we want to look at Aston Villa to lead in full time as one of the major picks. Also, the fact that Aston has great strike power and its opponent is from the Championship, which is a lesser league, we look at the possibility of goals here. More shots on and off target will lead to goals, causing at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. So we look at 2 major picks. 1, Aston Villa to lead. 2, 1.5 goal in full time, and even 2.5 goals in full time, or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we look at France in the Ligue 1, Monaco against Rennes. For these particular events, the recent event of Monaco have proved to be very offensive, scoring 7 goals against Nantes. They have also had games in the Champions League against Benfica where they had a lose. In the Ligue 1, they have performed greatly, scoring 3 and 4 goals in each event. Its opponent Reims, on the other hand, have proved that they concede much. Of course, the recent events they have had with Reims, that is, recent events of Reims have proved that they do concede, and the conceding power of Reims is much. But of course, looking at the recent head-to-head they met, Monaco played at home. Reims was able to beat Monaco up to 3 goals against 1. In other words, Monaco is coming for this particular game played in terms of the revenge of the last head-to-head it has against Reims. And looking at the stand performance in terms of recent event they have had by the form, the home Monaco in terms of recent event have proved that now they have a very great offensive strength, scoring 18 goals in 5 events, conceding 9. That of Reims, on the other hand, of course, proved that the defensive line recently of Reims here is not very tight and the offense is not very great. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular event, Monaco have proved recently that the offensive strength is very, very great. And the defense is better as compared to that of the opponent, Reims. And since Reims recently, the offensive strength is not very good, with a defense that is average, but since it's coming to meet against Monaco, we want to impress, because the first head-to-head which they have just met recently, Reims was able to beat Monaco 3-1. This time, Reims will try everything possible to not allow Monaco to see how they can actually lead in full time. So as a result, Reims will cause more blocks of the shoot on target caused by Monaco. Since Monaco offense this time is very great, they are very high in offense recently. And as a result, Reims will just want to go on the defensive line. And as a result, blocks will be caused a lot by Reims and more shoot by Monaco. As a result, we want to look at Monaco as a double chance or a straight win. And also Monaco to have more corner kicks, because its opponent Reims will cause more blocks caused by its high striking power of Monaco, leading to corners. So we want to look also at Monaco to have between 2 to 4 corner kicks in full time. Therefore, we are looking at almost 3 major picks here. One is the possibility of either Monaco to win or to have a double chance. The second is the possibility of Monaco to have 2.5 corner kicks in full time. The third is Monaco to have 3.5 corner kicks in full time. These are our 3 major picks for this particular event. 1, Monaco to either lead or to give it a double chance. 2, Monaco to have at least 2.5 corners. 3, Monaco to have at least 3.5 corners in full time. These are our major picks for this particular event. Looking at the next, we looked at China in the Super League. Shanghai against Changchun Yatai. Shanghai recently have proved to be good in terms of recent event they had, especially against Shenzhen Xinpechen. But of course, there is a comparison here I want to make. Shanghai actually had a game recently this same month against Shanghai Shenhua, where they scored 2-3. A total of 5 goals were scored between them. This same Shanghai Shenhua also had a game with the opponent Yatai, as you can see here, Shanghai Shenhua, and almost of equal strength, 2-1. If Shanghai Shenhua have almost equal strength with the away team, and the away team had a goal with the home team scoring 3-2, a total of 5, then of course there's still a probability of goals here. But before we go to that, let's look at the stand performance. Shanghai recently have proved that in terms of the stands, they have just come with the first game played at home. They've had 3 goals scored and 1 conceded. Its opponent, on the other hand, in terms of the away for this particular tournament, which is just starting, they have conceded 2, scoring 1. Of course, this tournament is just the second round. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, this tournament is just starting. As a result, each and every one of the team want to impress to see how they can have points to go better at the top of the league table. Since Shanghai have come here this time, having just the first game play with a great offense, they will also have performed good, but they have conceded 2. And the fact that these 2 are coming to meet for this particular game play, which is a tournament just starting, both of the 2 sides want to impress. As a result, there'll be more shots on and off target. Looking at this, Shanghai, which is the home, is coming home, and it will have that home advantage. So I want to look at Shanghai, the home team, to lead in full time as one of the major pick. Also, we are looking at least 1.5 goal in full time, since both of the 2 sides want to impress. And one particular team which we have compared, having almost equal strength with that of the away, was able to score 2 goals against 3 with the home team. And as a result, since the away is coming to meet this home, which had almost equal strength with the team I've just used as a comparison, then of course there is a probable chance also of 1.5 goal, 2 goals over in this match in full time. Also, with the high shoot power of the home team, Shanghai, the away, since this tournament is just starting, we also want to impress. So if at all the home cause a lot of shoot on and off target, blocks will occur by the way, because they will try every way to impress. So corner kick will occur. So we'll look at 3 major picks here. 1, Shanghai to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goal in full time. 3, the possibility of the home team to have between 2 to 4 corner kicks in full time. That is 2.5 corners and 3.5 corner kicks for the home team in full time. These are our major pick for this particular event. Looking at the next, we looked at Austria, that is Australia, in the NPL Queensland. A match between Queensland Lions against Brisbane Roar. For this particular event, Queensland Lions have proved to be very offensive. They had a game with Wymoom Wolf, scoring 3-4, a total of 7 goals. They had a game against Gold Coast United, scoring 2 goals, a total of 4. This same Gold Coast United and Wynum Wolf also had a game with the opponent. And comparing this, you are going to see, for example, Wynum Wolf also had a game with the opponent. 5 goals were scored. Also, Brisbane, that is Gold Coast, also had a game with Brisbane. 3 goals were scored. This time, these two are coming to meet with a high scoring capacity. We also look at goals probability. Looking at the stats in terms of the recent event they've had by the form, the home have proved Queensland Lion have proved that, of course, the strike power here, they sit on the 7th place, and this tournament is just starting. They have not had any event at home. Its opponent, on the other hand, in terms of the recent event they have had, also have had just 1 game at away, conceding up to 4 goals. Looking at everything in place here, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, this tournament is just starting. And looking at the most recent performances of each of these 2 sides by the gameplay they have had, each and every one of them showed a striking rate of scoring at least between 1 to 2 goals and even 3 goals in one event. And as a result, looking at the comparison of some of the gameplay they have had with one particular opponent, which we have used to compare these two in terms of the strength, of course, there's a probable chance of more shoot on and off target by these 2 sides, resulting to goals. So we are looking at least 1.5 goal in full time as one of the major pick, as well as 2 goals over. These are our major pick for this particular event. 1.5 goal in full time. 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we looked at Saudi Arabia in the Saudi Professional League. We are looking at Al Aruba against Al Nas. This particular event, Al Nas, the away team, have proved to be very offensive, scoring 2 and 3 goals in each event, as well as 2 in this same tournament. Of course, looking at Aruba, the home team, they are also good at offense, but they do also concede as much as they can. Looking at the stands in terms of the recent event they've had by the form, the home have proved that they sit right here, conceding 11 goals in 5 games. The defense is not very tight. That of Anas, on the other hand, proved that the offensive line is good, scoring 11 goals, conceding 5. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, of course, the defensive line, especially of that of the home, is not very tightened. And since the offense of the away is strengthened, we are looking at the possibility of the home to concede. And since the home also want to impress in terms of the recent event they have had, prove that they have had some loose head-to-head against Anas, and also the performance as compared to the recent event prove that they have not been good in performance by home gameplay. They want to impress this time, resulting also to impression, which is going to increase. As a result, shoot on target will be there for the home, and therefore want to look at the possibility of goals. Therefore, we look at 1, the possibility of 1.5 goal in this event in full time, or looking at either Anas to win or to give it a double chance. So look at 2 major pick. 1, the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time. 2, Anas, they wait him to lead or to give it a double chance. Looking here the next, we looked at Premier League of Ukraine. We are looking at Voskla Poltava against Dynamo Kiev. The recent performance of Dynamo Kiev in the recent event they have had, especially in the club friendly and also in the Europa League, have proved to be very offensive. They had game with strong teams like Galatasaray. They were able to have a draw. Also against Maribor, they beat it. Siske Mos Sofia, they beat it 4-1. And of course, but that of the home in terms of the event they have had in the club friendly have not been great. They concede too much number of goals. And looking at the stand performance in terms of recent event they have had, Dynamo Kiev in terms of form by the way have proved that they are better in terms of form as compared to that of the home. They lead this table scoring 11 goals in 5 games played, conceding 2. The offense is great with a good defense. But that of the home in terms of the form by the recent game they have had have proved that the defensive line is not very tight and the offense is weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Dynamo Kiev, the away team have proved to be more offensive. The recent performance they have had in the club friendly as well as in the Europa League with strong teams, they have proved that they are very good in goal scoring. But the home team in terms of the club friendly have not had great results. They concede too much. And looking at the fact that they are coming to meet for this tournament, of course, the away team, Dynamo Kiev, have proved to have more offense and good defense, but that of the home have proved to be weak. Therefore, we'll look at the away Dynamo Kiev to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to lead this match in full time as one of the major pick. Of course, we also want to look at least the possibility of 1.5 or 2 goals over to occur in this match in full time. And to those of you who want to have access to our handpick events, especially the upcoming game for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that is Saturday and Sunday, with each odds to take your winning to the next level, as well as accessing our top-notch bet class tutorials, then you want to make sure to access or to subscribe to either the level 2 Pro membership package plan or the level 3 master plan to have access to this feature to take your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.